Hi everybody and welcome back to Small MotoGP 19 here on this channel. This is part number 18 of my career walkthrough, and in today's episode we've got the Moto3 finale. So we've got two races in today's episode to finish off the Moto3 season, and then we move up to Moto2. So let's see if we can have a decent result in both of these. So let's head to Malaysia. Right, coming now this final corner. So that's third, sixth. It wasn't that great. This corner is so tough. Not looking forward to this corner in the race. There's going to be a lot of dive bombing going on down there, and that wasn't too bad. Sort of mid corner, and if we can just get the second row of the grid, I would be happy. And we take fourth so far, but we've got time for another lap. Right, so we get to the end of the qualifying session. We took fourth. We didn't manage to get any faster times in, but I still feel confident we can at least get on the podium. So let's get into the race and see if we can challenge for a really good position. So here we go.
Welcome to the exotic Sepang International Circuit, where a new Moto3 class race is about to start. The skies over the track are clear of clouds, and the latest weather reports forecast temperatures in line with the seasonal average. The Sepang track is ready to welcome this latest edition of the Malaysian Grand Prix. Just a few moments to go until the riders battle away on track.
Right, so here we go with the first race in this Moto3 finale around the Sepang circuit in Malaysia. Let's see if we can get a decent start off the grid. And that is not too bad. Oh, what a start. Oh, we've had some good starts in this career so far. And we're off. Can we nail that first chicane? No, that is not going to be easy. Let's see if we can get some distance between us and the other riders. Slow it down. Now we've gone for the hard compound at the back and the medium at the front. And I think we were one of the only ones that went with the medium at the front in the first two rows. Oh, that was close. Almost got wiped out. And I think that was my teammate. That's not very nice, is it? Right, let's see if we can get a good start. Now we're about, I think we're about second off the pace in that qualifying session. So we need to find some speed in this race. Get nicely tight in, and we're not managing to pull away, so this looks like it's going to be a really tough first lap, and we need to get some heat in these tyres, and hopefully we've gone with the right compound. I mean, the front tyre does get worn quite a bit on this circuit, and that's not too bad. A little bit of contact with our teammate. He's been really aggressive at the start of this race so far, but we're managing to hold him off. Hold him off through here. That's nicely done. Nice and smooth through there. And is he going to shove it up the inside into this turn? He probably will. So let's see if we can get turned in before he comes flying up the inside. And there he comes. Wow. Almost shunted me off, but managed to stay on the bike. And we're doing okay so far on this first lap. I think Della Porta was the fastest in qualifying. I think he hit to 2:20.5, so that's the sort of time I think is going to be the consistent times for most of these riders. So we're going to have to hold very firm. Let's see if we can match that sort of pace. That corner's so difficult, and we've managed to nail it. And it looks like the fastest in qualifying Della Porta has managed to move to the front, and he is closing in on me. So let's see if we can just hold a nice line. Now I'm going to go a little bit wider into this turn. I don't want to get dive bombed, and they go quite tight anyway, so let's see if we can just hold it nicely around here. And look, they've gone really tight. Wow, almost got taken out there. How the hell did I stay on? Oh my word, that was so lucky. But we've managed to stay on the bike and still managed to get into first place past our teammate. But wow, that was one hell of a contact, and we just managed to stay on the bike. Right, we need to get nicely tight in. Our teammate is just forced us out with a bit of pressure, and we've lost her. Oh my god, 4 bikes got past us in that turn, and we're down to P5. What a frantic start around Malaysia. We've got to try and stick with these. And Della Porta is one of those that got past, and we know the pace that he set in qualifying, so we can't afford to let him get away. Let's see if we can slow it down, and it looks like our teammate is leading MotoGP, and that wasn't too bad. Don't overdo it, Gooner. Just trying to tap the power on a little bit too early, and we should be able to get up the inside. Can we just squeeze past? And we're into P2. So we've managed to get back into the fight with our teammate. Can we slip past our teammate? There you go. See you later. And we're back into the lead in this race on lap 2. But are we going to be able to hold on to it? That is the challenge. It's not too bad through there. Just trying to push it a little bit more. Now we've got the tyres up to temperature. Let's see if we can just pull away. We need some breathing space into some of these corners. Right, let's see if we can slow it down and take a little bit of a wider line through there, and that wasn't too bad. We've managed to keep the lead. Let's see if we can just keep that gap that we've got between us in second. A little bit wider in that turn, but I will take that, and here comes our teammate. Is he going to try and overtake us on this turn? Let's just try and keep him on the outside, and we've just managed to force him a little bit wider, and let's see if we can keep the inside, and I think we're going to go a little bit wider and try and build up some pace into this corner, and we've gone really wide into that turn, but managing to stand it up. But there you go, our teammates managed to take that a little bit quicker than us, but we can slipstream him here and try and take an inside line. Let's try and force him on the outside on this turn. We don't want to get run off and hit like we did on the previous lap. Right, slow it down, get it turned in, nice and tight, smooth on the throttle, be careful. Oh, that's so slow around that corner. Just don't have the pace out that turn, and our teammates just managed to pull away, but we should be able to slipstream him, and that was a much better lap. But he just hit a 2:20.7, and that is a really, really good pace for this circuit. So let's see if we slow it down. Let's try and be good on the brakes, get that front end turned in. We can't afford to let our teammate get away here. And there's loads of position changes behind us, but we can't focus on that. We've got to focus what's in front of us. And Antonelli's getting away. No, we don't want this to happen. And what are we on? Lap 3. It's too soon for him to break away. We've still got some decent grip on the tyres, so we've got to try and push it a little bit harder. We need some faster laps, as someone's trying to come up the inside there. Got no idea who that is, but let's just try and hold him off. Nice and tight, just trying to focus what's in front of us. Let's just hold nicely right onto the apex and just flip it over onto the apex again, giving no one the opportunity to dive up the inside. And can we close in on our teammate through these next couple of corners? We seem to be pretty quick through here. Let's give it a nice tight line, nice and smooth. Oh, that is a nice, right onto the curb there. That is nicely done, and we've just closed the gap slightly to our teammate, and we've just pulled away from P3. Don't want to have any trouble from behind. I just want to concentrate on trying to win this race. I'd love to get a win round here. So far it's been an epic battle with our teammates, and he's been quite aggressive, so we've got to be careful when we do pass him that he doesn't knock us off. That's not too bad through there. I cannot wait to get into Moto2. It's going to be a lot harder from the start. I mean, I never do well at circuits in Qatar, so that's going to be a tricky start. And then we go to Argentina, again very tricky, and there's a lot more upgrading that you can do on the Moto2 bike, so it's going to be very interesting. We're going to have a tricky start, but hopefully we can finish strong and maybe become the Moto2 champion. That is the aim, but we've got to see if we can do it. Right. We don't know what team we're going to get offered yet, so that's another thing. Let's go a little bit tighter in on this final corner. Slowly open the throttle. Can we get a bit of slipstream? And I think he's just pulled away a little bit more, and we're starting to lose a little bit of ground on P1, and that wasn't the greatest lap. We need to get some faster laps in, and we're on lap 4 now, so we've got 3 laps to try and close that gap. We really need a good corner here. We can't afford to go a little too wide. Let's get nice and tight in, and again we just overshot the corner, but wow, again they come flying in the inside. And that's really thrown me out. Don't come off here. Let's just calm down and get back on it. But that's given Antonelli a chance to pull away even more. And what's the gap now? Oh, 1.5 seconds. It looks like we're starting to lose our chance to win this race. And it's just pulling away. But let's see if we can get a little bit tight through this turn. Oh, that was quite nice through there. Just trying to be as good on the throttle as I can be out of the turns. Feels a little bit wobbly now. Whether that's down to tyres or I'm just pushing it a little bit harder than I was previous. we've still got a lot of grief behind us. We just managed to hold off 3rd position. Let's try and hold, and it's Massia. Massia's trying to push for a decent position in this race, so we've got to try and hold him off as well. And we've slowly caught up with our teammate, which is good. Right, let's get nice and tight in, take that corner nicely, and we've just closed the gap. We've still got 2 laps to go, so it's still possible to take a win, but we've just got to up the level. If he's doing laps slightly quicker, we need to find some time from somewhere. I think we're losing a lot of time on the final corner. We're just not very quick around there, but that's nicely done. And we've got, I thought we were going to be able to take the inside, but couldn't hold the inside. And he's much quicker around this turn, but if we can stick with him, get nicely onto the apex, and we should be able to slipstream, just trying to tap the power on as early as I can, and we've managed to get slipstream. This is where we need to try and get past us, try and hold the inside and force him on the outside. See if we can hold the lead going into lap 5. It's not going to be easy, it's going to be very tricky, and he's left the brake in a little bit later than me, but that was a nice line through there, and smooth on the throttle out of the turn. Oh, that's the best I've taken that corner. Now we should be able to get some slipstream. Oh, this has turned out nicely. This should be our quickest lap of the race, and it was a 2 minutes 20.5. That's the sort of pace we need. Can we go into lap 5 and hold the pace? He's diving up the inside, good on the brakes. Our teammate is so good on the brakes. He's taking those turns so much quicker than me. We need to react. It's not too bad, that was nice and tight. And it looks like it's just going to be a head-to-head battle with our teammate. We've managed to pull away from 3rd position, and there's quite a decent gap there, so let's see if we can just catch up again. Seems to be quick on sector 1. Seem to struggle, so let's see if we can take another nice turn into this right-hander, right onto the apex. Oh, we took a nice smooth pace through there. Let's see if we can take the inside. No, we couldn't get him, but we should be able to get him on this next turn if we can take this nice and tight onto the apex again. Slowly open the throttle, and we're taking a nice run through there. We're going to go down the outside of him here into this next flowing corners. Right onto the curb there, keep it smooth, and that was nice and smooth through there, and we've just managed to pull away from our teammates. Now we need to nail this corner, we really do. Can't afford to let it get past, because we're going to go into that final lap, but we're really going to struggle. We need to get some ground and some distance between us and him going into the final stages. Let's see if we can just hold it nice and tight. He's going to come up the inside, I can hear him. No, we've managed to hold. Be careful. Just starting to push the bike a little bit too hard in certain areas, because I'm so desperate to win this race. But it's been an epic battle. One of the best races I've had so far on this game. But am I going to finish and be victorious? I'm not sure about that yet. Still, well, anything can happen. We managed to take that corner pretty nicely. And our teammate's been overtaken, so there's some position changes, so they're all going to slow each other down. We've got to take this corner really, really well. We can't afford to muck this one up. Right, slow it down. Get nice and tight. Again, that was much better. I don't think this lap is anywhere near as quick as our previous lap, but I will take it. We've managed to just keep the lead. Yes, we've dropped about a second, but we've also just kept the lead, and Ramirez, and I think he's just beaten our lap time. So there is a few riders still on the pace. Now we've got really wide into that corner. What the hell? I thought I had it there. Let's get a little bit tighter, and again really wide into the turn. Oh, the game. Oh, did you see it was glitched a little bit there? Still a little bit glitchy at times, this game. Hopefully they can sort that out with another patch. Right, let's see if we can just keep this up. We're so close to a victory here. We can't afford to make any silly errors. It's nice through there. Just managing to keep that nice gap. And if we can just keep all this nice and smooth through here, we should be fine. That's nicely done. Still got decent grip on the tyres, so going for the medium front has sort of worked out quite nicely. Right, coming to the final corner. We've got just over a second gap. That should be enough, as long as we don't muck it up. We've still got decent grip as well. Slow it down, be good on the brakes, and just let it turn in nicely. Keep it nice and tight, and open the throttle, and we're going to take a win in Malaysia. What a race! And who is going to take second? I think it's our teammate. He just couldn't handle my pace. I mean, I just kept on chipping away at him, and we actually did have a faster lap than him. We weren't the quickest, but almost. But what a good result that was. Now we head to the final race of the Moto3 season, and we go to Spain. But first up, let's have a look at the final standings. Right, so that is the final standings. We're on 374 points, absolutely a million miles away from everybody. We've definitely taken the team championship, so it's all about just finishing strong. But Valencia's not one of my favourite circuits, another one that I really struggle around. And I think the last time we raced around there in my last Moto3 series, it absolutely pissed down. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a dry race to finish off with. But let's get straight into it, and hopefully we can finish on a high, because we really need a good Moto2 team. So let's get straight into it. Right, so we go into the final race of Moto3 and we go to Spain. But just before we do that, I saw this new flash come up, and Alex Rins has won MotoGP on this game. That's unbelievable. So it looks like he's going to be pretty quick when we move up to the GP bikes. But anyway, let's get into the final race of Moto3. Right, so a couple more corners, and hopefully we can get the fastest time in this session. And we're over a second up on the time. This has been a really, really good lap. Normally I'm not very quick in these sort of conditions, but so far I've really performed. So let's see if we can nail that final corner. If we could get a pole position in our final qualifying session of Moto3, that would be absolutely insane, especially on this circuit, because I'm not very good around this Valencia circuit. Right, let's see what time we're going to get. Oh, 150, that's not bad.
Second and last
right, so we take pole position. We absolutely smashed the qualifying session. That is an unbelievable time in those conditions. Now we go into the race. Can we get a win in this final race around the Valencia circuit? I'm really looking forward to this. Let's get straight into it.
The Ricardo Tormo circuit in Valencia, and welcome to the latest round of the Motorcycle World Championship for the Moto3 race. At the moment, the track is completely soaked from the rain that shows no signs of letting up. This will definitely prompt race direction to declare a wet race. The riders are all on the starting grid. Just a few moments to go, and the lights at Ricardo Tormo Valencia will go out, starting the race.
Right, so here I go with the final race in this Moto3 season around the Valencia circuit in really tough conditions. It's absolutely pissing it down, and this is going to be extremely tough. Let's see if we can get away, and off we go. Oh, the back wheels spinning up like anything. Wow! Oh my God, I thought it was going to come off then, but just managed to stay on. Luckily, we just made a little bit of contact with the bike next to us, and that sort of kept us on. Right into that first corner. Just try not to get taken out. Be good on the brakes. Oh God, over on the curb. Just try and keep it nice and tight through here. Slow it down. I'm going to get loads of bikes coming flying in the inside. I just had a bit of contact from behind. And oh, someone's come off already. And Canet is the one that's managed to just get into first place. Let's just try and stick with these two. And hopefully they will struggle. But oh my God, the conditions are ridiculous. And when you've got a circuit that's got some really tight turns, you've got to be so careful that you don't overdo it. I'm not feeling very confident at all. This is what I mean. In the normal wet conditions, I feel like I've got pace. But as soon as it starts raining, you just can't get any grip, and the traction is terrible. So you've got to be so careful you don't overdo it. Just make a little bit of contact. Let me past. Just going to force us to slow a little bit early into this turn. Oh, they've run a little bit wider. And just look at the AI struggling to get grip. Now, I can see a lot of crashes happening in this race, but hopefully we can just pull away. It looks like it's going to be a three-way fight for this win. I've got a little bit wider into that turn. Let's see if we can just keep up with these two. Now, we were over a second quicker in the wet conditions, but it doesn't look like I'm going to have much over the rest of them in these conditions. It's funny how in just normal wet conditions they weren't that quick, but in the rain they are much quicker. So let's see if we can just live with them. Slow it down. This final corner is terrible, and looks like someone's really overrun that corner. That is so tough to get it turned in though. Should get a little bit of slipstream. It looks like Canet is just pulling away. And this is what we didn't want. So that is the first lap out of the way, and this is a 6-lap race. We've got loads of laps left in this, and it's gonna, oh, dive bomb. I heard you coming, so luckily I just moved a little out the way slightly. And oh, there's some riders on the corner. What the hell's going on here? So who is that? Was that Binder? Binder sitting on the corner there. Why hasn't he been reset? I think there was 2 riders sitting on the circuit. Well, that's a bit of a glitch. And hopefully they will disappear once we come back round again. And, that's not too bad through there. We're just managing just to slowly close in on Canet. But he's setting a decent pace early on in this race. That's what I find though, until the tyres start wearing in, I don't seem to have the pace on the first lap. I sort of get paid, I start to get my fastest lap sort of lap 3 to 4, I think. I've noticed in 6-lap races. Right, let's try and keep this nice and steady through here. And Canet is still struggling for grip, but he's managing to take those corners pretty quickly. Looks like it's just keep on pulling away from P3, which is good. And got a little bit wider into that corner. Right, just be gentle on the throttle. Don't spin up that rear too much. And hopefully we can keep those tyres nicely into the final laps where it hopefully will matter. Let's keep it controlled. This is a tough corner. I always start braking a little bit too early, and then I just oversteer into the corner. Let's try and take it nice and smooth, and that's much better, but we're still a little bit too far behind him, and we're probably not going to get any slipstream here, but oh no, we're going to get a tiny bit of slipstream. Right, let's see if we can run it into this corner a little bit faster and start closing the gap. It's just over half a second. It's nicely done. Go into lap 3. I'll take second position if we end up in second, and there's still 2 flipping riders sitting on the circuit. Will you 2 bog off? What the hell are you doing? They're just sitting there, and they just suddenly start moving when you get close to them. Oh, and there goes Della Porta. What's the bettings that he ran into one of them bikes? What a bunch of idiots. And the game needs to be patched. That's just stupid stuff, that is. Hopefully that doesn't happen to me. I'm just going to keep an eye on that and try and take a little bit of a tight line through that corner. There's no way in the world I'm probably running into any of them 2. Right, let's try and take it inside. We've really sort of caught up with Canet here. Let's just hold him on the outside. He's braked a little bit later. He seems to have a little bit more confidence in his tyres through there. He's bobbing around. We should be able to take the inside. He's losing a bit of grip there. Again, he seems to be a little bit more confident to take a little bit. Oh, someone else has crashed off. So I said there was going to be a lot of crashes in these conditions tonight, and that was nice through that turn. We managed to carry a little bit more speed through that turn to Canet. And let's see if we can just hold him off right onto the apex there. Let's see if we can just keep it nice and steady into the final corner. Oh, he's going to come up the... I can hear him. He's coming up the inside. Let's just let him go. There's no point fighting. Oh, he didn't have to hit me there. Bit of contact, and he's really overrun it. Well, that's your own fault. We should generate some pace, and we should be able to pull away from him here, but that was his own fault. Right, so let's see if we can take a nice line into this corner on the 5th lap. 2 more laps to go, and just managing to keep that distance between us and Canet. I don't think he's got the tyres to catch us up. What the flipping hell? Did you see that glitch? Wow, and he almost had me off. Oh, Canet's been taken out, and that's the race challenge over. It's all ours now. As long as we don't come off, we're going to be able to pull away. Definitely think Canet ran into Binder on that corner, which is so annoying because those 2 riders have been sitting on that corner for the last couple of laps, glitching away, and they definitely need to patch that. And it's such a shame that that's how it's ended, but we did have a decent enough lead, and now we've got just over a lap to go, and it looks like we're going to finish this Moto3 season with another victory, which is awesome. Right, last couple of corners, and it looks like it is going to be another win around this Valencia circuit in the rain, and we're going to end it on a high, which is awesome. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what contracts we're going to be offered in Moto2. Hopefully we get a really good bike. There's a lot more to develop on the Moto2 bikes, and it's going to be a lot harder to start off on a faster bike as well. It's going to take a while to get used to it, so it's going to be a challenge. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you're enjoying this series so far, so don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, share the videos. But now it's time to get into the final standings and then see what contract offers we're going to get. So here we go. Right, so that is the final standings. We finished on 399 points, 164 points ahead of second. And obviously we win the team championship by a country mile. A really, really good ending to Moto3. And it's another trophy in the cabinet. So we've got the Red Bull Rookies Cup, and now we've got the Moto3 Championship Cup. And now we move on to Moto2. Can we do the same again on a faster bike? It's going to be a really, really good challenge. But first up, we've got to see what team we're going to get. What offers are we going to get? Fingers crossed it's going to be a really, really good one. So let's get straight into it. Right, so we've only been offered one Moto2 contract, so we've got no other choice. I mean, we're not going back to Moto3 and we're not going back to the Red Bull Rookies, so we're going with this team. It's the only contract on the table. So we sign that contract. These are our teammates. Hopefully it's going to be a really good team. We might get another contract offer if we do really well in the season, but I'll see whether I want to jump into another team. Hopefully we can make this a winning team, and we start our first race in Qatar, which is a really tough circuit. So I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe and share the video. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next episode.